sizes. Thank you.
Delegate Levi.
Reducing class sizes is really, it's a function of the budget, and as I've mentioned, I've tried to outline some ways to free up resources so that we can make more dollars available for the budget. Overall, what I would say is that in order to improve education, which I think you are also trying to get at, I've outlined 3 ways basically. We've got to cut those suspensions in our schools in half. We've got to reduce chronic absenteeism in our schools. We're currently suspending about 11% of our school population. In a recent school year, we had over 18,000 students who were chronically absent from school, missing 20 or more days of the school year. And we've got to produce more students who are in that top tier. So I'm committed to improving the quality of education and improving the working conditions and the conditions in the school. And the only way that we can do that is with effective partnerships with parents, families, and communities. I think we focus a lot on the building, but we really have to get out of the building and look at more accountability for parents, families, and communities around those 3 areas. High suspensions, high absenteeism, and the need to produce more students who are in that top tier. And in order to do that, we've got to do more out-of-school learning. The research says you need 8 to 15 hours of fully engaged out-of-school learning once they get outside the building in order to have academic success. So I'm committed, like you are, to improving the conditions in the building through the budget, trying to reduce the crowding, but also just making it a better experience for you.
You know, it's, as someone who experienced this problem of overcrowding, not just in our middle school, but in our high school, we still have our youngest that's at Suitland High School, where some of the classes are 35 and 40 students in there. And the reason they're overcrowded is because we don't have the teachers. That's why we can't lay off or fire teachers for budgetary reasons. The only way we're going to deal with those students that are chronically absent, that are skipping school, that are being suspended, because we don't want them to go home if they're suspended. We want them to go to another classroom where they can actually learn. But we need the teachers in those classrooms and actually to do it. So that means we in Prince George's County have to make sure that, 1, we retain good teachers who know how to deal with classroom management, but 2, we increase the number of teachers we have throughout our school system. The reason some of our schools are overcrowded is because some parents try and move their children into those other schools because they don't feel the quality of instruction in the school, their neighborhood school, is there for their child, which leads to the problems. So if we can actually focus on one area for the next 4 years, I'll guarantee you this. If we focus on retaining and training quality teachers in every one of our schools, you will see our school system go up. I guarantee you that will happen. It happened in Anne Arundel County. It happened in Howard County. It is the way that Montgomery County managed to stay on top. They focus on classrooms and quality instruction of the teachers in there. And we have to do that in Prince George's County. Thank you.
I think there's two keys to reducing classroom size, young man. One is something that you'll see under my administration, not so quick to build a whole bunch of houses in Prince George's County where we don't have the services for our citizens. Services including our education, services including our health care, services including public safety. You know, we've gotten to the point where over the last 10 years or so, or even more than that, where we have gotten into just trying to build a house on every piece of land that we see and not think about the future of our county. So we've got to do some long-term planning and not look at just some knee-jerk reactions or solutions or Band-Aid solutions. It's going to take us a while to ensure that we make sure that we stop that process of overgrowing our county for houses, which is overcrowding our schools, because it takes a long time to get new schools online. You know, we do need to make sure we keep our teachers, recruit and train great teachers here in Prince George's County, give them what they need so that they can work in that passionate environment that they want to be in. And it's, you know, it's like this, is once what you do becomes a job outside of a passion, then you begin to think about all those other things. You begin to think about that salary that's not so high, right? You begin to think about that classroom that has just too many, one too many people, and you begin to think about that commute driving in and out of work every day. We need to get back to ensuring that those who do the work, the grunts win the war, those who do the work, that we make sure that they have everything that they need. Secondly, we need to make sure that, as we move along, that we support our school system with every dollar that we possibly can to ensure that we recruit those teachers and we recruit those programs in the school system to keep our young people focused. A focused young person will not be disruptive. A focused young person will not be absent, and a focused young person won't hang in the streets and not be in school. So that comes from a partnership of all the stakeholders of our school system, and as your county executive, we will have that. Thank you.
To lower the classroom sizes in our schools, it's going to take money. And our administration is determined to make sure that that money does not come from increased taxes on our Prince George's County residents, but that it comes from accountability of our school system and the budget that they have. So one of the first things that we in our administration are going to do in the first 90 days is conduct a performance budget audit and ensure that our priorities are in line with where our money is and that we're accounting for the money that we do have. Once we do have that money and account for it, then we can look at all the schools that we've just closed. We've closed 8 schools. We've got some schools that are boarded up. Yet we're asking to build new schools in Prince George's County because we've got overcrowded schools. There's a dichotomy in that. That's because we aren't managing our school system properly and the facilities that we have in Prince George's County. So if you look at that, and you look at additional programs such as what Largo Senior High School has, and that's a night high school program, which gives you an opportunity for those individuals to attend night high school, which then allows you to lower the classroom size for high school students. Maybe we need to do that in some of the additional high schools, increase that program and give that opportunity to our students. When you look at doing that, it's all focused on getting additional money. And that additional money, I believe, is in our school budget right now, and we have not accounted for it. We must make sure that we do account for it, and that's the first thing that we're going to do. But it also has to we have to bring in and recruit and retain our school teachers. It's all of those things, and we have all the assets located right here in Prince George's County to do it if we have the effective leadership that makes this a priority and has the management skills to get it done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, in line with that, we do have something from our Keeping It